What a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect you to... Oh, sorry, it's just that... I didn't expect you to stay is all. I didn't really expect much of anything when I first put out the summons for a live-in companion. I know that you mentioned that you had lost your home to the storm that came through a few months ago. But I certainly didn't want you to feel pressured into staying here with me because you felt obligated to. The last thing that I would possibly want is for someone to feel like they had to stay here with me because I'm not able to properly look after myself. Mother would have been very disappointed in me if she were to find out that I wasn't as independent or as self-sufficient as she was when she was my age. Oh, nothing. Sorry. Just thinking out loud. But like I was saying before, I certainly don't want to be a bother. I'm ecstatic that you're here. Please don't misunderstand. It's just... well... I feel a bit guilty relying on the kindness of others, even if I am offering compensation and a place to stay. Something about asking for help of a stranger just feels... well, to be candid, it makes me feel rather helpless. And if I'm being honest with myself, I suppose that you might say that deep down, I know that I feel that way because it's true. If I were as strong as my mother, or the other members of my family, I wouldn't be in this mess. What's that? Oh, yes, I suppose I did say that. I'm the only one left, in a sense, yes. But just because I'm the last member of my family here to inherit this estate, doesn't mean that I'm any stronger than any of them. In fact, this is gonna sound rather silly, but the only reason that I'm here is because of my weakness. The only reason that they're gone and that I'm still here is because I wasn't strong enough to be brave and to adapt to a difficult situation. I was so weak that I succumbed to one of my fainting spells. While I slept, the world seemed to have moved on without me. Oh, yes, sorry, that must have seemed odd of me to say. I was unconscious for a rather long time, you see. It wasn't simply a short nap or a quick fainting spell. Well, at the time, I was struggling with a severe lack of nutrition. My iron levels were extremely low. My family and I, well, we all share a similar condition. One that we contracted during a trip, I suppose you might say. This particular fainting spell occurred very shortly after my family and I became aware of this condition. So I guess we weren't entirely sure how to go about managing the symptoms, or how to properly treat the condition itself. Given the strange nature of it, remedies and therapy methods weren't well known to us, though we were given some rudimentary dietary advice by a few local village shamans. My other family members were quick to make the adjustments necessary to their lifestyles. But let's just say that the price that we would pay in order to maintain this lifestyle wasn't a price that I was willing to pay. Or rather, I was too afraid to pay. Well, I suppose that afraid might not be the correct word. I wasn't comfortable with the therapy. With the amount of nutrition that my family needed in order to maintain our condition, it was a very short amount of time before a lot of them had to resort to, for lack of a better word, well, taking away sources of nutrition that didn't belong to them. I guess you could say that's how they received such a sour reputation around this area. But in my heart, I know that even though my health will greatly suffer, I could never bring myself to act so selfishly for no purpose other than my own comfort. I had suffered from a few minor fainting spells before due to a lack of eating. But after a few weeks of malnutrition, I had succumbed to the worst spell of unconsciousness yet. Now they're gone, and here I am. Just trying to figure out how to represent my family on my own. But that's the past, and I'm ready to move forward now. You have no idea how grateful I am that you've decided to stay here with me. I can pay to send a carriage for your things if you don't already have them here with you. If you brought nothing with you, I will gladly afford you the money to purchase anything that you might need to be comfortable during your stay here with me. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Oh, but there is just one thing. I'm terribly sorry if this comes as an inconvenience. But, well, shortly before you arrived yesterday, a messenger arrived on my doorstep, telling me that some very distantly related extended family of mine has recently suffered an attack on the castle that they call their home. They were devastated in the battle, and apparently there was a massive loss of life there. I don't have much to offer them other than my support, so I was gonna be traveling there in a few days. You're welcome to come with me, of course, but I'd never force you to come along if you didn't feel comfortable. You're more than welcome to decline the offer, but traveling with company sounds a lot more preferable than traveling alone, especially given the circumstances. I'll give you some time to think about it. I don't plan on leaving for a couple of days. It will take me a while to build up enough strength to make a journey like that. So later on today or early tomorrow, I was thinking the two of us might go into town and visit the meat market or any other shops that you might need to visit. Does that sound okay? We can get to know each other a little more over the next couple of days as well. That way, if you choose not to go with me, it won't feel like you're staying here in the home of a stranger when I leave. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do need to go prepare some things for the trip into the village. Feel free to make yourself at home. I'm very excited that you decided to give me a chance.